which year? You are second year, third year?
Final year. I'm doing my thesis.
Okay, you are a senior. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, nice to have you.
Yeah. Thank you, Prof.
All right, so the class formally uh, is going to start 1:10, right? So we will be waiting about 5 minutes for everybody to join. I do have about 40 students in this meeting room by now. I was expecting much more. So let me wait about 5 more minutes and we can start. All right, until then I will share my PowerPoint, and I already shared the agenda, so try to take a look. And there are files, 3 files I uploaded. Please download them. We need them for our class. Okay. One lecture slide, one is for the activity template, and another one is a very short reading file. All right. Please download all of them, and we will use them for our discussion later. Thank you. Teacher is saying 5 more minutes. I'm in front of the camera. Do you think I need to wake up?
No.
Huh?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I saw on the TV, people do some on the camera. They always.
But it's not TV, so
Hmm?
a TV. It's
Still, still a camera. So we have 46 members in the group. Important. Okay, sure. I'll start the class now. It's about time. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. You guys hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I think it's about time we start the class. Let's just talk a little bit housekeeping things before directly go to our class. It's about 4 hours together this afternoon. All right. So if you have questions or comments, or if the technology system is not working, please feel free to send me a message in the chat box anytime. Okay, so I will check your questions and I will reply some of them by the text, the others by a voice. All right. So if you want to speak, feel free to speak. Okay, jump in and say something. That's open. I just want to remind you, if you want to turn on the mic, please use your headsets. Otherwise, the sound may not be clear for the other persons to hear. All right. So feel free to let me know if anything happened in the middle. All right. So just let me tell you a little bit about myself. If you wonder who am I and something like that. My name is here you can see Yanina. I tell to my Taiwanese friends to call me Yan, okay, like the Japanese yen. So it will be easier for them to remember and to pronounce it. All right. I am originally from the Ethiopia. Okay, you can see on your screen. Ethiopia is where it's located in the Horn of Africa, or on the eastern part of Africa. Okay, we are a nation of, let's say, more than 100 million people. So compared to Indonesia, we are much smaller, but compared to Taiwan and many other countries, our land and our population is also much bigger. Okay, so in the map you can see my background is mostly in engineering. My undergraduate degree was in industrial engineering, and then I study mechanical engineering. Then I come to Taiwan originally to study my PhD. And I was graduated from Taiwan Tech, okay, or National Taiwan University of Science and Technology in 2015. And then since 2016, for about 4 years, I am working in Asia University in Taiwan. So currently I am assistant professor at the Department of Business Administration in Asia University. All right. So yeah. So if you wonder, who is this guy? Why he have this kind of accent or something like that? Because I am from this kind of different place. All right. So today, this is our agenda for today. If those of you who join a little bit late, please make sure you download 3 files I uploaded for today's class. All of them are important, and we use all of them. Okay, so I will be, including introducing the agenda and introducing myself. I was expecting I'm going to take about 5 minutes. All right, then I'll try to give you a lecture and examples and some other things for those of you who are very new for design thinking. That is, I expect it to be, including some of the time I allocated for you to answer, few questions in the meantime. I will expect it about 40 minutes, so maybe about 30 minutes of it I will be talking, and about 10 minutes in between you will be answering questions or thinking about some activities and something like that. All right, then I'm going to expect you to make a team online, a virtual team. Okay, I will give you about 10 minutes to sort out your team members. So you have you can make a group from 2 to 5, okay, but you cannot do it by yourself. That is collaboration is very important. So even if we are meeting in a virtual environment, all right. So then I have uploaded a reading, which is an excerpt from the Economist magazine. I'm going to expect you to read and digest that one and discuss about it. The reading, basically, it will take about 7 minutes or 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how fast you are. And then the next 7 minutes will be you guys try to discuss each other if you have any question about it, if you don't understand something about it like that. Then I'll give you a 10 minutes break. Okay, so we will continue like that, right? Then in the next hour, I'm going to describe your activities and examples we are going to use, okay? And then we will be practicing the first tool. We call it the first phase of the design thinking. We call it the empathize phase. We will do some kind of activity. So you can see number 7, the persona is you are going to do a group activity and submit your answers to me through the line group, okay? Through the chat box using Microsoft Teams. And then I will choose, 1 or 2 of the good, work which I feel which are the best among you submitted for me, and I'll ask you to talk about them, and it will continue, okay? Then I'll give you 1 more break, and we'll go to another phase of the discussion, okay? So in this case, I will explain what is empathize means, and then I'll give you some kind of activity, which is a continuous activity, okay? The project is based on the reading, which you can see in number 4. So you understand the reading is very important to continue this class very well. All right. So if you have some comments up until now, please send them through the, keep them coming through the chat box. Then I will be replying. All right, let me see. I have about 2 messages in here. What is that? Who is asking? Yes. All right. So all right, guys. So good afternoon. Okay. All right. So if you have any question about the agenda, keep them coming. I will keep an eye on the chat box. Okay. So this is our agenda for today. Then here is the the overall learning objective of the class is these two. Okay. Through the lectures, I expect you understand design thinking principles, basic principles, very, very basic principles. You know what it is, what kind of tools it have, and what kind of process we follow, and what kind of thinking is needed to do a design thinking activity. And the next one is we use how to apply design thinking methodology to get or to generate a breakthrough idea. Okay, so the first one will be achieved through lecture, and the second one will be achieved through your project or your activity, your group activity. Okay, so you need to participate on the group activity to understand 50% of the objectives. All right. Okay, so I will pause here for about 30 seconds if you have any question about the agenda and something like that. Okay, just only 30 seconds. All right, okay. So if you don't have any question about the agenda, so let me start this by asking you a question. What do you see in my screen? Answer me in the text through the chat box. How do I give score? How do I give a score? You can use that. Okay. Send me what you see on the. What do you think you see on my screen? You see the picture. What is this picture about? All right. It's messy lines. Can you follow the lines? Oh, this one says how to solve a problem to gain a profit. All right. Oh, this one abstract lines. And this one says a very complicated way to solve a problem. And a thought process, tangle lines. All right, keep them coming. Complicated process for money. Okay, to come for a solution from a problem. There is a lot of twists and turns. It's not a straightforward. All right, good. Yeah, keep them coming. Yeah, at the end of the class, I need to give you some grades. So I will be depending on how much you participate on the chat box, okay? Okay, process, we're coming up with a way to make money. Get the process with a complicated thought process, ideas to produce money. Okay, great. All right, so let me back to my PPT and show you what it is. This is Tim Brennan. He's Apple's creative service group. He asked to describe a design, and he draw this picture. Okay, so he say design is simply a magic. Okay, which you cannot follow this one, all right? It just says look very messy and very complicated, and around this area we don't know where to go, all right? We have to go this way or this way. We are not sure. So he said it's a magic, okay, all right? But for us, we think design thinking is a systematic way or a systematic approach to improve business innovation and growth. Okay, so we believe design can be tackled by a systematic approach. Okay, it is not a magic, but it can be approached by a process. A process means it's step 1, step 2, step 3. There is an input, it have an output, and there is steps in between. All right. So overall, if we say define design thinking, we say design thinking is a systematic approach to improving business innovation and growth. Okay. So mind you, there is 2 keywords here. Basically, there are 3 keywords. The first one is it's an approach to what? To innovation and growth. Okay, it's an approach to innovation and growth. All right, so the key component here is it's an approach to innovation. So let's just roll back and define what is an innovation means. Okay, the guy says the innovation is a magic there, but okay, so but we say it can be approached by a systematic way. Then let's say what innovation is. Okay, so the formal definition of innovation it is the act of introducing a new device, a new method, or material for application to commercial or practical objectives. Okay, mind you, design thinking is a process to introduce a new device, a new method, or a new material. Okay, it can be for application to commercial or practical objectives. All right, so a new device, right? A new device, a new cell phone, a new flip-flop, or a new motorcycle, or a new car, or anything, a new device or a new product, okay? So the act of introducing a new device like one of these. A new device can be in a service form. Okay, a website here, you can see. This website is, if you introduce a website, it is a new service, okay? Or it's a new method, okay? A new method to transfer money, a new method to assemble a car, a new greenhouse processing of vegetables, or a new farming method. Okay, all of them can be innovation, all right? The last part is it's a new material, okay? A new material or anything, a plastic or a glue or any other technology device, okay? So remember one more time, innovation can be one of these three. A new device, a new method or material for application to commercial or practical objectives. Okay, right. So now let me stop here and ask you if you already understand the definition of innovation. So design thinking is a process to innovation. All right. So what? So this is a question. What is the most important shortcoming of the following description of innovation? Okay. So quote, innovation concerns the generation of ideas for a new device, method, or material for application to commercial or practical objectives. Okay, so what is the most important shortcoming? Okay, A, B, C. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes to answer it in the chat box. Okay, so give me your answers. 2 minutes. Okay, think carefully. Look the definition. Okay, look the definition on slide 6. Okay, one more time before you answer. Okay, it is very surprising. The students who answer it very fast, all of them reply a C, and students who is replying a little bit late, most of them are replying as a B. All right. So I up to now I only saw one person. Jiafan reply as an A. All right. Nabila, could you hear me? Nabila, could you please turn on your mic? I just pick you randomly, Nabila or Leonel, one of you.
Hi.
Oh, you Leonel, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Leonel, where are you now?
I'm at home.
I mean, which country?
Oh, I'm in Singapore. I'm
Oh,
from
you are
Singapore.
from Singapore. Okay,
Yes.
all right. Nice to meet you, Leonel.
Nice to meet you, Prof.
Yeah. Could you please explain to me why you choose is a B?
Actually, I'm not too sure as well, but I went by elimination, so I felt that A and C was not. I mean, I'm not sure my answer is right or not, but I just think that A and C is not suitable, so I chose B.
You are very clever, very clever. All right, the correct answer is a B. That's right. You are correct.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, but why
Thanks,
you
Prof.
felt why you felt A is, for example, not suitable? That is.
So just give me a second,
Okay. All right. Nabila, it's okay. Yeah, I got it.
I think that it's not only for commercial and practical objectives. I mean, actually, I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let me just talk about a little bit. The answer is a B. That's correct answer. Okay. So the first one, it says the question is, what is the most important shortcoming? Okay. So the first one, the B says the definition disregards that innovation concerns the act of introducing something. Okay. Introducing, it is not only generation of idea. That's not enough. Okay, so you see the definition here. It should be something new. Okay, the act of introducing a new device, method, material for application to commercial or practical objectives. Okay, it is not only generating idea, but it needs something practical. You need to introduce it. That's why B have some shortcomings. Okay, the first one, it's the definition wrongly states that innovation serves commercial or practical objectives. No, that is true. It is not wrong. It correctly states that it is both commercial or practical objectives. Okay, and number C is the definition wrongly states that innovation should always concern something new. No, it is true. Innovation should always concern something new. Okay, all right. So generation of ideas is not enough. You have to do something about it. Okay, you have to introduce a certain new thing. All right. So take a look at this screen. This is importance of technological innovation. The first one is technological innovation. Now is the single most important driver of competitive success in many industries. Okay, so you can see many firms earn over 1/3 of their sales on products developed in the last 5 years. Okay, then product innovation helps firms to protect margins by offering new differentiated features. All right, and process innovation helps make manufacturing more efficient. You can see cars become cheaper because of the assembly line you saw, and a lot of fruit, vegetables, and meat and everything is becoming cheaper and more available because of the the innovative way of processing those those products. All right. So there is a YouTube link over here. You can take a look at after the lecture. Okay. All right. So innovation, you can see it can be a radical innovation in here, like from 3G to 4G. Okay. All right. So see here, take a look, for example, what is the deal with 5G? All right. So if you wonder, why people focus too much on Huawei now because they have more advanced 5G technologies than any other companies, and they are using, a lot of different ways to say, to reject Huawei's products. For example, recently you can see, the Americans are talking a lot about security issues with Huawei, and the British governments recently, imposed sanctions so that their internet providers or telecom companies cannot buy equipments anymore from Huawei, anything like that. Okay, so why you think it is? It is everybody's competing, for market leadership on that product. All right. So why you can see if you see, I put it in a context for you. You can watch the YouTube to see the detail about it. In a 3G, if you want to download a 2 hours movie, you can see it takes about 26 hours. Okay, and if it's 4G, it's very radically reduced up to 6 minutes. Now, if you use 5G, it's about 3.6 seconds. Okay, so it's 20 times faster than 4G. It means, if we have autonomous vehicles in the road, they are going to be dependent on 5G in the future because they need to interact with their environment in a very, very fast speed. And now, me and you are using a 4G network, which may have a delay. Okay, sometimes you have a delay whenever what I speak here, and when you listen to me, it have a delay of about 0.5 second or something like that. But when you use a 5G, the delay will be less than 0.1 second. Okay, the delay will be less than a blink of an eye. You can see how fast it is. Okay, going to be. So it's a game changer. All right. So these kind of things are why innovation is that important. All right. So you can see also technology is changing very fast. All right. That is ENIAC, the first computer. Okay. You can see how big it was. Then we move to laptops, which are less than 1 kilogram now, and you can see these are some of the technologies. Some of you may never saw them. Okay, you have can see all of you now use your cell phones, whatever brand of cell phones, which they include your music, and every other things. Okay. All right. So the impact of technology is also very much greater now. You can see, it was the arrows here, and the one you see here in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the atomic bomb. All right, and in a good way also, the impact is very, very much greater. All right, so if innovation is important and design thinking is a way of achieving innovation, okay, a process, a methodology to achieve innovation, okay. So we say, this is a quote from Tim Brown. He is a British industrial designer and a president of IDEO. Okay, if you Google IDEO is an organization which make design thinking very popular, and they have a lot of very good resources about design thinking. Okay, so design thinking is a human-centered approach to innovation. Okay, so the keyword, it's a human-centered approach to innovation that draws from designer's toolkit. Okay, it means we have a tools to integrate the need of people, the possibility of technology, and the requirement for business success. Okay, so human-centered keyword. There are some tools we use, and integrate technology and requirement for a business success. Okay. All right. So here is what makes design thinking unique. Okay, it is human-centered. it is hands-on. Okay, it is stop talking and start doing approach. So that's why today also for this class, even if the class is only for 4 hours, we have to do some kind of activity, okay, some kind of small project. And of course, it needs creativity. Okay, it's highly creative, and it is iterative. Okay, you do something, you show for the customer. If they like, then you ask them what they like, what they don't like, and you improve what they don't like, and also you strengthen what they like. Okay, so try to remember these 4 core principles about design thinking. Okay, a human-centered, highly creative, and hands-on. Okay. When can design thinking be helpful? The first one is when the problems are ill-defined. Okay, in most of you in this class are from Indonesia. For example, see this picture. Okay, you can see a traffic rush in Jakarta here. It's a rush hour, and you can. I have been told this is the governor's convoy stuck, in the middle of the traffic, and he's trying to cut, past the traffic. All right. So here is my question. Okay. The first thing is, what do you see in this picture? What do you observe from seeing this picture? Okay. Yeah, answer me in the chat box. I will take a look. What do you observe from this picture? Okay, all right. All right, the lanes are unclear, too many private cars on the road, congested road, too many cars in Indonesia, a problem of, all right, okay. What else you can see? Try to observe very well. Stop and observe. Okay, not following the lanes. All right, it says not many people using public transportation, so traffic jam almost all the time. Motorcycles, public facilities are not very attractive. Okay, I was looking for something different, a little bit different. Oh, heavy vehicles should be at the far end. A lot of cars, high possibility that they are not fully occupied. You cannot see the picture. Why? You should be able to see the picture. It's on the screen. Anybody else cannot see the picture? Okay. Most of the private cars are white, black, and blue colors. Oh, the public transportation, sparks recklessly. Many people's not following road rules. Too many taxis. Okay, someone is from Jakarta, says, I guess I know which part of this place is in Jakarta. Okay, and say long traffic jam is hard and a lot of irregular transportation pathways pulls traffic system. Okay, all right. So now let's stop and reflect. Okay, tell me how we are going to solve this problem. Give me a suggestion, solution. I want to solve it. Everybody want to solve this problem. How? Give me some solutions. Okay, somebody says PAN card, somebody says build MRT. You can link all the vehicles to communicate with each other. Public transport. Encourage people to use public transport by increasing private ownership price. Like MRT. Somebody says flying car. That's one. That's good. It can be. It's feasible or not. Then it's another question, right? Increase gasoline price. Set a quota number of cars. Use public transport. Say adjust break time according to rush time. Yeah, okay. Jakarta MRT is already available, by the way. All right. I like that one. Respond for some of the questions, okay? Jakarta MRT is available. Also, there's also traffic management system, right? Please reply that kind of thing. Impose laws on reducing cars by using private numbers, odd or and even. I think they do that one, right? Half of the cars on the road on every day. And making public transportation more comfortable. It says increase the tax traffic for vehicles. Yeah, you guys, use punitive measures a lot. Okay, all right. So these kind of problems are very, very hard to solve. Okay, you can see you are suggesting something very different from each other, and you guys even don't agree what is the reason behind. Some of you say people are not following the traffic sign. The others said there is reckless driving of public bus, and some of you said the traffic management system. all right? And some of you says the price of a car is cheap in Jakarta, it should be expensive. So this kind of problem is, we call it, it's a ill-defined problem. Okay, it's now the problems and the solutions are both unknown at the beginning. Okay, so a large part of problem solving is actually defining the problem. If you understand the problem very well, then that will be about 50% of the solution. Okay, and it is very tricky. It involves, quite a bit of risk, as you are leaving the comfort zone of the organization. Okay, so if you have this kind of problems, this kind of wicked problems, or ill-defined problems, design thinking is a very good approach to problem solving. Okay, so in design thinking, we don't go to the solution first. The first thing we do is we try to, the first step, we call it empathize. Okay, empathize. It means we learn about the audience for whom you are going to design. Okay, in this case, you need to observe, interview, engage with the people who are, driving every day, every morning in Jakarta roads, and drive on that road and understand. Okay, we say observe, engage, and immerse what matters to the people. Okay, the first thing, we don't do any solution, any idea generation or anything. Okay, idea generation is the third step in design thinking. The first thing, empathize. Okay, put yourself on the shoes of those people who were using that traffic lane, every day to go to work, and every day when they go back to their home. Then you try to create, you try to define. Okay, so these are 5 steps in the design thinking. Okay, let me put this in perspective for you and give you example. All right, this guy, if I make a pronunciation mistake when I say his name, please forgive me. Let's say Krishan is a young Indian designer. Okay, actually he was in the school that time. He was 23 years old. Okay, he is trying to design a rug, okay, for garbage collectors. All right, so now I'm trying to give you example about the first phase of the design thinking, empathize. Okay, by telling you the story of Krishan. Right, these are, he observed people collect garbage or rag in this kind of mountain. Okay, so he say, could anyone possibly work here? And he went there and he find out some people are working in here. Okay, so then he tried to understand what is this thing. He say, these people is very large solid waste dump set. Okay, you can see the place where it is, and he say, 3,500 metric tons of garbage in 500 trucks per day is dumped in this place, right? So he find out about 200 people are rag picker, searching here for plastic bottles or packets or pouch, metals and other things to earn a living. All right, so he came here and he see those people working here, he is observing now. You can see these are, I took this one from his PowerPoint slides, all right? So these are the pictures he took. He came there and observed, okay? He's empathizing now. He's in the empathy phase, all right? So he observed here, you can see. He observed, people's, try to use, collects, okay? Let me ask you, let me stop here and ask you, what do you observe in this picture? These are the photos taken by him. Okay, what do you observe in here? Let me see what you are going to text. Send them by text box. Dangerous, unsanitary. Okay, keep going. What's your observation? Keep them coming. Okay, physically taxing. Okay, all right. Yes, that is exactly correct. Go ahead. High risk of injuries from sharp objects. Okay, risk infection, no safety gloves and dangerous environment for workers, unhygienic. Okay, observe, right? He's observing now. That's a lot of things you are observing now. They are using bare hands to pick sharp. Yes, all right, very good observation. Back breaking labor. Okay, all right, good. Unsafe working habits. Okay, these people, they work there because they have to earn a living. The backs of the workers are bent for a prolonged time. Okay, good, very good observation, excellent. Okay, so here it is, he come here, observe, okay? He saw, like you said, some people are using bare hand, and he said a lot of people, their back is bent here. Okay? Then he first observe, right? He take a picture, he observe, he stays there, and then he engage. He find a young guy working there, and he start to talk to him. Okay, walking till the dump is a task by itself. By the time he reaches, he is already tired. Okay, it means it's a long walk, right? Then he starts to talk to people now. So some people told him garbage on a fire at a certain place cause burns. Okay, so you can see he have a name of the people who are telling him what is happening. Okay, and here, so he observe, he engage, now he immerse himself. He is walking up to the dump. Okay, here is what happened. It takes 20 minutes to reach at the top. Okay, Maud takes me to the dump yard the following day. I woke up the dump with him at this time. Takes 20 minutes to reach at the top. And then we meet and talk to some ladies in Bangladesh, right? This is what this 45 years old lady says. I hurt my legs 2 months back, no treatment as yet. Okay, he's engaged. And then we all suffer from acute back pains, hand ache. A 35-year-old lady, he said she looked 55. Okay, here he says so much of hard work using bare hands. I earned just rupee 100 a day. A 15 years old lady responded to him. Okay, all right. So the first phase of design thinking is this one. Empathize. Empathize in a three way: observe, engage, immerse. How do you observe? You just view users and their behavior in the context of their life, right? This is no judgment, no sympathy. Okay, you need to make sure that empathy and sympathy is very different. Okay, you are not feeling sorry for these people. You are trying to understand day-to-day life. Okay, observe, engage, talk to people. This guy talked to, a lot of people you can see, an old lady, young guy, any other things. And then he immersed in experience. He worked with them. Okay, he tried to, help them collect the rug and the like. Okay. Oh, phase one of design thinking, whatever it is in here. If you want to use a design thinking approach to solve a problem, phase one is empathize. Okay, no judgment. It's not about you. It's about the people you are going to solve the problem. It can be a business problem also. It's about the other side. It's about what they need, why they do this. How can, what makes them, what is their problem? What makes them engage in this kind of task, activity? This is phase one of a design thinking, okay? So we have 5 phases: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. All right, if you have any question, please ask me in here. I'll give you a few minutes to reflect, okay? If you have a question about empathize phase, please ask me. Let me pause here and give you about 2 to 3 minutes if you have a question. Or if you have a comment. Okay, any message here? Okay, all right. Let's continue the define phase, and then I need to give you a break after that. It's almost about, we spent about 55 minutes already. Okay, so the second phase is a define. Okay, in this case, you try to create a point of view, So these people have a lot of things. You can see they have hygienic problems. They don't use protective equipment. They use their bare hand. Some of them are bending and other things. Okay, you have to pick up one thing you need to solve. All right, then here is a define. In this case, you need to set an objective. What do you want to do? Okay, for him, he want to design a new tool for them to they can collect. They can pick without bending their back. You can see the lady is here bending the, and some of them are using this tool here, this kind of tool. He say they have a tool which is carrying in hand. The length varies from 30 centimeters to 60 centimeters. It hurts hand while digging. Hands get swollen after long time use, like that. He want to change this tool. Okay, he want to design a tool for them. He defined his objective. Okay, so objective, your point of view in here. So here your user, their needs and their insight. Okay, so what did they do? That thing do? It's used to segregate. It used to pick. It is used to carry. Okay, so he says this activity involves bending and getting up more than 50 times per kg. Okay, and he find out one person needs to at least one day from 1,500 to 2,500 times per day. They need to bend and pick some rugs from here. Okay, so he want to solve this issue. He want to design them a tool which they can pick without bending. Okay, so here is what he designed. He's called his design brief. Okay, I'm going to design a handheld tool for 200 peoples. Their age is 400 and above, in solid waste management dump set to help them segregate, pick, and carry desired objects from the dump during daytime, keeping in mind their safety, the nature of the dump, working condition, and number of working hours, so as to reduce their efforts and increase efficiency by rendering them more productive. Okay, so he set his design brief in here. Okay, so that is the first two phases of design thinking: empathize and define. All right, so let's pause in here, and I'll give you a 10 minutes break. Please return back exactly after 10 minutes. If you have questions, please send them through the chat box. Okay, when in my time now it's 2114. Please come back 224. Or if you are in Jakarta or in Indonesia, please come back in 124. Okay, take a 10 minutes break from starting now. And please send me your message so that I can answer some of your questions. All right, so it's break time now officially. So I'll be back after 10 minutes.